Structures, also known as aggregates or a record, is a collection of relatable variables under one name. In contrast to an array, a structure may contain variables of many different data types. Structures are derived data types, meaning that they are user-defined data type or the user created that data type. To declare a structure in C, first you have to use the keyword struct and then the name of your structure. Inside of the open and closing braces, I have declared three variables: a char, name, int, student number, and double for grade. The variables that are inside of my structure is known as structure members or data members. And if we take a close look at the data members inside of my structure, they all have different data types. There are char, int, and a double. At the end of the structure, you must use a semicolon to close off your structure. To initialize a structure, you must use the keyword struct again and the name of the structure you have created. So if we go back to our previous slide, we have created a student structure with three different data members. We also have to give the structure we initializing a name. So this is stu1 is a variable name of student data type. How? Because we have created a student data type using the struct keyword. There are two ways in C to access structure members. The first way is by structure member operator, also known as the dot operator. And the second way to access members in your structure is by using the structure pointer operator, also known as the arrow operator. The dot operator accesses a structure member via the structure variable names. The pointer operator, on the other hand, accesses structure member via a pointer to the structure. Now that we are in the IDE, let us create a structure and access the data members inside of our structure. To create a structure, we have to use the keyword struct. We have to give the structure a name. So let us name our structure student, and we need the open and closing braces. If we pay close attention to line number 4, you would see right away that the IDE already put the semicolon after the closing braces. You must put a semicolon after the closing braces in order for the program to run properly. So inside of a structure, let us declare three different variables. So first we want a char name, and name is going to be an array. So we're expecting about 10 characters, and an int for student number. And we also want a double for grade. That's all you have to do for a structure. When you are creating a structure, you use the keyword struct, the name of your structure, and the data members that you want inside of your structure. Now let's create the main to access data inside the structure. Inside of main, let us initialize the structure. To initialize the structure, we still have to use the keyword struct and the name of our structure. So our structure name is student, so we still need to use the student data type and the name of our variable. So we want our stu1 variable to be of type student. Remember, student is a user-defined data type. Inside of our student structure, we have a char name, an int, stu number, and a double grade. Let's name our student John, and John's student number will be simple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and John grade will be 98.8. 8. Now let us print the data in our structure student. We're going to create a simple printf statement. To access the name in our structure, we use the keyword stu, which is our variable name that we declared at line number 10, and we access the data members in our structure with the dot. Now, if you look at the bottom after we type in the dot, because Visual Studio is very intelligent, it gives us the 3 data members in our student structure. So right when we type in the dot, we have grade, name, and stu number. That's how we know that we are accessing the proper structure or the proper data members in our structure. So we want name, and let us access the student number. So we will want another printf statement, and this time we want stu1 student number, and we also use the variable name that we created, stu1 dot, and we want to access the student number, and the last printf statement will access the grade for stu1. In C, if you want one number after the point, all you have to do is %.1, and .1 means print one character after the dot, lf, and the name of our variable stu1 dot, and this time we want to access the grade in our structure. Let's build and make sure that our program is built properly. There are no errors, and as we see in the bottom, build successful. So let's run the program. Here you can see John is being printed. Stu1 name John, the student number 12345, and the grade is 98.8. That's how you access members in a structure using the dot operator. To use the pointer operator in C, we just have to make little changes to our structure initialization. So we have struct student stu1. So in order for us to use the pointer operator, let's declare another structure variable, and it's still going to be of type student. This time we're going to use a pointer to access data in the structure. So I'm going to name my variable stu1 underscore ptr, and I'm going to initialize my pointer to the address of stu1. So after we initialize the pointer to the address of stu1, we need to change the way how we access data in our structure. So we're going to use our pointer variable that we declared, and instead of using the dot operator, this time we're going to use the pointer operator, and we're going to do the changes for all 3 data members. Let us build the program. Everything is successful, and let's run it. So here you can see we still can access the same data in our student structure using a pointer.